Naomi Clinton was afraid of fire her whole life. Ever since her house burned down as a child, and then again as an adult. And this one day, she was driving home from a conference from Florida. And ahead of her, in a short distance ahead of her on the highway, was black, billowy smoke rising from the road. And on the side were a bunch of cars parked, and a group of people were on the grass watching a truck that was bursting in flames. And she wanted to avert her eyes and just keep driving, but she couldn't because the flames were going over the road, so she had to stop. And she got out, and she could feel that familiar terror building up inside of her. She got out and she joined these people over there looking at this horrible situation of flames and barrels of oil all over the ground. And then she saw a pile of rubble. And the rubble moved. It wasn't rubble, it was a man. And his arms were flapping, and he was waving. He was on fire. And she said, something inside of me became uncontrollable. Something inside of me took over me. And I wanted to go to this man, the driver of the truck. And someone who was next to me said, no, don't do it. Are you crazy? Those barrels of oil could explode at any moment. And she said, I shook off the man. And I started to move in the direction of that rubble, that man on fire. And I kept hearing the voice going, no, no, no. But I kept going. And Naomi Clinton, 113 pounds, went over to this man and managed to get her arms under his armpits and started to drag him out of the flames. And when she got him in the clear, she started to pat the smoldering flames on this man, and she threw herself down on his body to smolder and put out the fire. And then when the ambulance and the police arrived, she was in shock. She couldn't even describe what had happened. She walked over to her car and she fell to the ground. She was so in shock and exhausted. But the driver lived. And Naomi Clinton was recognized by the governor of South Carolina when he wasn't hiking. Maybe it was a different governor at that point. And she received an honor of heroism and was given the Carnegie Medal. It was a spirit within her that gave her the courage to face a long time fear, that gave her the courage to act in the midst of her fears. And you and I have the same power within us. I've seen it over and over and over. The power that when you're down and you're afraid, that power's there. If you turn to it and rely on it and take steps in faith, you find that power comes to you. And I'm reminded of that scripture verse that says, greater is he that is within me than he that is in the world. Greater is within you than that which is in the world. I want you to say that with me now. Greater is he that is within me than he that is in the world. Together. Greater is he that is within me than he that is in the world. On a church in Europe were written the words, fear knocked at the door, and faith answered, and nobody was there. You can overcome fear with faith. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.